Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is afternoon, and Doc and I are here to get some writing in, right? Are you doing writing today?
There will be some editing today. There's a couple other
Excellent.
things that go first, but
I hear that. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today I'll be working on trying to finish out this urban fantasy that has been the bane of the joy of my existence since November.
that's
Ah,
a lengthy labor pains for the birth of a new book.
hey, hey, I never said I was a speedy writer.
Hmm.
Like, did I ever suggest I was a fast writer?
No, don't remember that coming up. But
Me
although
neither.
you have had some impressive word counts, but
Thank you. I'm at 120 right now.
yeah.
So, okay.
And
Not
you're
just
definitely good
120.
at consistency day after day.
I am trying for that. I'm trying for more consistency this year than in the past. So,
Mhm.
hello, we have an Amanda here, and a
Yay.
White Seer Gaming is here, lady and gent. And Catticus says hello. Don't you, handsome? Don't you? Nope. Okay.
And Trill is
Uh,
off to the side being too cool for school.
I mean, cats are gonna cat.
Yeah.
So, popping into the comments, M.A. Graves is here. Hey, M.A.
Hey.
And Dwan is here. Hello and welcome. I'm going to go ahead and start adding in what I'm working on today. Doc said no groceries for him, so we'll go ahead and delete that. Today, Morgan is going to try for, I got to get some Canva promos for my cons because I've got schedules for 2 of them, or at least tentative schedules. So that's exciting. And maybe 500 words.
Nice goal.
Oh, and the most important thing.
Feed Catticus gushy food.
Right? So what are you working on today, Doc?
So first up in the order for me is I need to make Balticon hotel reservations.
Ooh.
Yep. Normally I do that like in January or February, but this year I decided to wait until I got my invite, and then everything else was being thrown at my head, so it got missed. I see you got Edit Kindred in there already.
White Seer Gaming's going for 1,000 words. Go ahead.
I also need to send off an email to my cover artist because I need to talk to him about the new cover and about merchandising ideas. So
nice. Okay. Is everybody else chilling? Because chilling is totally an option. You don't have to, work on things to hang out with us.
Yep.
You can.
And you can even say in the chat that your goal is to chill.
Right.
And we can check that off for you so you can get the dopamine hit later on in the afternoon.
Right. So, Catticus, I can't see through you. So, I could go with my mom's favorite statement of, "Honey, you're a pain, but I can't see through you."
But not much.
Nobody else's mom told them that. No, just me. Okay.
Nope.
So in the comments, M.A. Graves said hi. Dwan said hi. Rita said hello. White Seer Gaming is doing 1K. Rita is editing and fixing a big problem that they discovered with a few of their younger boys and their injuries. I'm assuming we're talking in story and not in real life.
Story.
Right. Graves has been writing and is working on a novel, switch back to fantasy, and slated themselves for 2 chapters a day. Oof.
Nice. That's
fast.
Depending
Fast
on how big
drafting.
your chapters are, that can be ambitious.
Hi. Yes, I love that.
Somebody loves her mama.
Yeah. Let's see. Graves finished chapter 3 and is going to work on chapter 4. So Amanda is trying to reach her weekly goal and has just under 7K to hit. So let's go ahead and get Amanda. Yeah. Amanda. So hopefully that's 2 sprints. Emma Graves wants to finish chapter 4. So let me update that. I just had writing, which is very generic. Right. Chapter 4. Okay. Okay. I think I figured out the so I can do boop, boop.
You figured out the
The checkboxes. So
you can make it multi-parts. So
I think I'm gonna do 250 words with like 2 parts, and we'll see what happens.
Do 50 words 3 times, so you can check it off each time that you've done 250 words. Okay.
Exactly. So I can make progress. I like seeing progress. So Dewan is between projects right now. Oh no! Sarah's video corrupted after it uploaded, and she had to do it again. Oh. 2 thumbs down. 2 thumbs down. So, yeah, Rita said the novel with the boys, not the boys in real life. And Emma Graves says the chapters never go over 4K, so are never more than 16-ish pages. So, Amanda says 2 sprints sounds about right for 700 words. Hopefully I can get some extra done. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you write about the same pace I do, but I know for me, a single 20-minute sprint is somewhere between 250 words and 600 words, depending on the day. So seemed about right, but I wasn't sure. And Sarah says it's not all the way done, so she's not sure if she's going to have to re-export it again.
Yep.
So, Jacob's here. Hello, King Red Spy Red X. Good to have you. So, anyway, we are 10 minutes in. Well, okay, technically we're 7 minutes and 13 seconds in, but we started a couple of minutes late. So what do you see about our first sprint? So Catticus can like have his gushy food.
So we are without Sako because Sako is at a performance in Springfield.
Oh, so, nice. Belly dance.
Wishing her all the best, although she thinks she did something to her right calf. So hoping that's something very minor.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But yeah. Just heard from her now. But I think going ahead and doing a sprint would be good because I also need some hydration. So
I hear that. Emma Graves says 700 isn't a sprint, isn't 2 sprints for them. Emma Graves writes a lot, so 20 minutes gets them to 800 to 1,000 words. Well, good power to you. That's not usually me on a really good day. No, I think my best 20-minute sprint ever was 730 words. So, I mean, I can type 73 words per minute. I can't write that fast because I'm not just
I have done like 1,000 word sprint. I know I used to do 1,000 words per hour. I typically average around 350 words in a sprint, but I think I had an exceptional one that was like close to 1,000 words, but that's like for me that's very rare.
Yeah. And I can't even remember if the 730 was a 20-minute sprint or a 25-minute sprint. So yeah. I can usually do 1,000 in an hour when I'm not streaming, but on a decent day. On a bad day, it takes 4 hours. But so let's go ahead and get started because Catticus is like twirling around my ankles right now. So yeah, Graves says for them 45 minutes is about 1,500 words. Yes, some people are speed raters. I am not one of you, but more power to you. So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom chakalaka. we're back. How was your sprint?
My sprint was problematic.
No.
I went to bring up the Balticon page, and for some
Yeah.
reason, it brought up the Balticon 2004 site. Which, of course, when I tried to get a hotel reservation off of that, it went nowhere very fast.
So, did you type out balticon.org?
I had started to, and my browser pulled up a page, and I went with that page, and that proved to have been a mistake. And then I
Sure.
ended up trying to call in to make a reservation because it was telling me the reservations were closed because I hadn't realized yet that it was trying to make reservations for last year.
Sure.
And by the time I got through to a person after going through endless voicemails that wanted to text me stuff, I realized that I've got the wrong year, and now I'm just now starting over. But at least I seem to be I'm in the right website. I'm telling it I've got a room. I've got my dates book. I just need to finish the booking.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got through my RavenCon promo image and halfway through the Balticon one. So that's literally all I got through. I forgot Canva graphics take a little longer than you always want them to. So, yeah. Let me pop into the comments. This was you complaining. Oh, I do need to get parking, but I can get that week of, so I don't worry too much about that.
I usually do them both at the same time. So,
as long as I get it scheduled before I drive into the parking lot, it's good. So
yeah.
I don't stress too much about it. So, hello, Devin25. I think this is your first time at my stream. I'm not sure, but hello and welcome. We're doing productivity sprints and snacks because I'm a snack fueled writer, and at some point you got to lean into your process, even if it's maybe not the healthiest option. It gets the words out. So, whatever. Let's see. Ooh, What's Your Gaming got 374 words. Nice. Third of the way through. Rita made some progress as well. MA Graves got 864 because, as Graves was saying, they are like at 800 to 1,000 per 20 minutes because writing beast out there
is seriously impressive.
Yeah, seriously impressive. Amanda got 340 words. Solid, definitely my level of writing. Made a spur of the moment to add additional character development. Yes, I am here for it. As is Dwan, obviously. Yes, this is Devin's first time looking for some writing company and currently in a writing hole. Are you looking for inspiration or company or a sounding board? Because if you want a sounding board, you can always throw some questions in the chat and we can see what we can get for you. So, right. Graves is a show off. No. We all have different writing processes, and I totally get that. I'm not going to shame anybody, just going to be a little jealous, as I'm November, December, January, February, March, 6 months into writing my last story. So Joanne says, I'm prepping for podcast this week. Very nice. Voit Gaming says hello to Devin. And what's a sounding board? A sounding board is when you're like, hey, I was thinking about doing this, but I'm not really sure if it works, where you just want to bounce ideas off of people. So
yeah, sounding board, part of the idea is that by having a sounding board, you organize the ideas better in your head in order to say it to somebody else.
Right.
And sometimes that's all you need. So some people literally talk to a wall as a person to help organize their ideas. Some people, it helps them to have a person because they get feedback from that person, and maybe it tweaks the idea, makes it even better. So
yeah.
Yes, rubber duck.
Yes, I was, as Devin says, so you're basically a rubber duck to someone else. Yeah. As a software engineer by day, we call it rubber ducking, where you're like, okay, here's the issue. blah, blah, blah. Never, oh, okay, thank you, go away. And, half the time the other person never even said anything. So, okay. Emma Graves makes me feel a little better with I just word vomit, then go back and edit it once it's all done. So, I mean, my urban fantasy is 120K right now, but a third of that is info dumps and scenes that I'm going to be cutting. So I kind of get that. I've never pantsed before. It's weird. I always go in with at least a light plan, but this one is all over the place, and I keep circling back to change things and technical term.
So one bit of advice, you may not choose to follow it, but in terms of circling back to change things, don't circle back. Stick a comment on the text.
I have definitely done that. However, the ending of my story was stuck and I couldn't figure out how to move forward. So I had to circle back to set things up better so my brain could figure out how to go forward.
Okay.
There are things that I'm like, oh, I want to change this and this and this, and there are notes for that. But there were parts I had to go back and rework so that I could get to where I am now, which is the fight has happened, and now they're doing the debriefs with the agents and the investigators, and then they're going to be snuggles. That's the plan at this point. So
sounds like a good plan. No.
As Dwan said, he was prepping for podcasting since Sako isn't here. Sako and the Moon is back because Dwan also goes by the Moon, and they have a podcast about writerly things and I don't know, wrestling, who knows, gaming stuff. There's things and stuff they talk about, and they're cool people. So check it out. So wait till your gaming was like, oh, my statement was full jealousy. Devin, I was in the same place. There's a massive community on Twitch. As of like 2:00, the 100 hours of writing that I mentioned last weekend, that event ended, but I was hanging out with a lot of writer friends, and because they just kept raiding each other over and over again until the 100 hours was up, I followed a lot of new writer friends on Twitch. So that was nice. M.A. Graves, hear me out. Giant green dragon frozen as stone. So Sarah wandered off to do some house cleaning. Devin says, I am currently writing on multiple novels, but the one the heart goes out to the most right now started off with 2 storylines in different times, but from the perspective of the same character. Now, suddenly, another character introduced himself that I can build into my protagonist's past very well without them having ever met each other before. Oh my God, I love those. After 50K words, I am suddenly introducing another perspective from a wholly new character, and it's making sense in my brain, and it might work. I think that's great, but remember, just because you write it in a certain order doesn't mean you have to publish it in that order. If you're going to have a secondary perspective, I definitely recommend introducing it in like the first 3 or 4 chapters, just so they know it's going to be jumping different point of views, even if it's just like a page of the person observing something or whatever, just to introduce them as a character. But like, it's your story. I don't know if that'll work for your story. As they say, the writing rules exist to help you do things right. But if you can do it well enough, you can get away with anything.
Yep.
So,
and that is an impressive wall of text for a single comment.
Right. Twitch lets you do longer comments, I think. So M.A. Graves uses for the words. Oh, that's way too stressful for me, but I have friends who love it. They just dump an outline in chunks on Google Docs, and the draft is on the website, and they use it for having fun with writing. Yeah. Yep. If for the words works for you, it's amazing. So. Yep. Devin says, also 3 different plot lines in one novel spanning across multiple years. Yeah, totally fun. I forgot to mark off. Catticus got his gushy food.
Huzzah.
So everybody else just
while
made
we were talking
progress.
here, Doc got his hotel reservation
nice.
Confirmed. So I still have to do parking, but
excellent. So Okay. Well, we have 8 seconds left, so let's go ahead and get ready for another creativity sprint. I mean, Graves with all the timelines. What is this? The Witcher? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the first season of The Witcher. Yeah. It's like, where are we? When are we now?
Who are we? Oh, goodness.
If
Okay.
this was 300 years ago, why does he look the same?
Immortal.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka. Why are we? What do you need, my love? Come. What do you need? Did you know there's no such thing as second gushy food? Would you like outside bathing? Did you want outside? And we're back. How was your sprint?
Went pretty good. I got my my parking reserved, so
Nice.
I should be good to go for Balticon. And I actually got started into editing my chapter. So
Nice. So I finished up my promo things for Balticon and RavenCon, downloaded one, and reached out because I was like, hey, I thought I was helping out this and this as well as the other 8 things already on my schedule. So I had to send off an email to make sure I got everything.
I also discovered that they misspelled my name on the Balticon site. I looked for myself under the list of participants and found out they'd left the E out of my last name.
Oh,
Even though
Coleman.
in my bio it was spelled correctly. So I also sent them off a note saying, hello, please spell my name right.
It's easy to fat finger things. And I got 106 words done as well.
Yay.
Look at me. Just gonna, yeah. So I went ahead and checked off my Canva promos. And yeah, so let me pop into the comments after why are we? Doc went with why is Gamora? Apparently I wasn't muted. Was I talking to myself or just making breathing noises?
You were typing.
Okay. As long as I wasn't making embarrassing noises, I think we're good.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So let's see. Devin says, my biggest project is a novel series of 7 planned, 4 started, each with a different protagonist, all in the same storyline spanning over 100 years. Ooh, that's super fun.
Sounds generous.
Right? Devin is publishing 1 chapter per week of one of their novels online. Just published chapter 7, 26 minutes before midnight on Sunday, and is proud of themselves for not yet breaking the streak 7 weeks in a row. More power to you. Like, I follow a lot of authors' Patreons, and like they're amazing, but with the speed I write and the amount of rewriting I do, I don't think I would put a story on Patreon until my final round of edits.
And back in the day, I knew a bunch of podcast authors who were doing the same kind of thing. They would write a chapter during the week, then they'd have to record audio and then put the podcast episode up.
I mean, when I was blogging and podcasting, I would write it at like 8:30 at night, record it as part of my editing process, and put it up at midnight, then go to bed.
Yeah.
And you know, I did that for what, 7 years. So yeah. I get it.
It's one thing on a blog schedule, another thing when you're writing a full chapter and then recording it. So that can be a grind. So congratulations on keeping your streak going.
Yeah, definitely. So Graves says, debating on whether to or not to make the herbal shop a spices stand when I go to the self edits in June. Ooh, I think spices is more fun, but it's up to you.
These days, herbal has multiple meanings.
True, but I'm also thinking that spices are more compact and easier to ship for distance per gram, especially if some of the herbs are needed to be fresh, etc. Unclear. Yep. So let's see. Devin says the random sound and the deafening silence sure did not scare the ever-living F out of them. Sorry.
You didn't need that F.
I do try to go for the least alarming alarms because I hate alarms. How many times can I use the word alarm in one sentence?
That would be alarming.
Right? So Voit Gaming got 438. Nice. And my Graves is like only 565, but I got distracted. So chapter 4 is currently 1,429 words. Nice. Okay. Arita thought my typing noises were soothing with their music. Let's see. Amanda got into a little sticky spot where Amanda deleted about 100 words immediately after writing them, but ended up adding a total of 107 words. And turns out she'll need that 3rd sprint to get the word count target.
Yep.
So, oh, good. Oh, good. Devin has 7 out, but already has 21 chapters written. So has,
Okay.
yeah. I just don't write that cleanly on my first draft. So nobody sees my rough draft. My alpha reader sees my first draft, and my beta readers see my second draft. Like, oh, so
Like I said,
go ahead.
my first drafts tend to be long. A lot of what I do in editing is take out helper verbs.
As I said,
Yeah.
my current manuscript is 120,000, and a third of it is info dumps that need to be trimmed.
Mm-hmm.
And scenes I've already decided are getting cut. So let's see. Waitseer Gaming says it's a heavy dialogue chapter as my hero's old master has come back to incite the inner guilt that the hero feels. They draw magic to imbue their bodies with certain powers, and his master has a latent power that allows him to feel the torment of his students. So is questioning the hero about it. Bring on the heightened inner turmoil.
The master sounds kind of sadistic.
But they feel the pain themselves, so maybe they're also masochistic?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like I can tell that you're in pain, so let me poke at it and make it work.
Poke. 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 Rita's like, write and share a chapter in a week. Yikes, it could take me years to share any of my writing. So I think, I'm somewhere between those two, because I will share my stuff, just not on the rough draft. I don't even start counting my drafts until I've read through it once and made sure it's coherent.
I'm trying to make it not spend years anymore. I'm trying to increase my productivity.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, if they have day jobs and stuff, it stays that way until they can, either retire or get rid of the day job, because it's just hard to pace and have that much momentum.
Yeah.
So, M.A. Graves thinks they need a break because their arm is starting to hurt. Oh my goodness, ouch. Hello, Lobtobe. I think this is your first time here. We're doing productivity sprints. Most of us are writing, but it's a lazy Sunday afternoon. If you want to hang out and eat chips, that's totally fine. We are 100% snack fueled around here. Some people take naps, whatever floats your boat. So, Waitseer Gaming says it's less of a poke the bear situation and more of a caring, are you okay situation. Okay, good. I suspected, but the vibe can go either way. Different masters are different ways. So yeah. Floats the little man in the boat. Yep. So, well, let's see. M.A. Graves is taking a break because the arm is hurting. So why don't we do a quick little stretch?
All right. Oh,
right. Oh. It's okay that my sternum popped. My chiropractor says it's okay. I thought you were going to do RavenCon this year.
I did not get into RavenCon.
I'm sorry.
I want to get in next year, but my timing was off.
Oh, yeah.
That's tricky. RavenCon went from inviting people back to you have to apply every year.
Yes.
And I have not fixed down when it is that I need to apply. So I need to figure out when that is and stick it on my calendar to remind me to go apply to
Sure. And you can only go 2 out of every 3 years. So last year was an off year for me. Let me pop into the comments. Dawn said hashtags branding snack fueled. Yeah, that's why I have a red bubble. Voit Gaming said also joined up with the "Are you sure this is the path you want to take?" chat.
Yeah.
Apparently Lobtobe made a reference that I didn't get, so I'm not going to Google that. I'm going to take your advice. So anyway, the timer went off. Let's go ahead and circle back to some productivity. If you joined after we put together the to-do list and you're working on a project, put it down in the comments and I'll toss it in there for you. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom, check. Someday that'll get old. And we're back. How was your sprint?
I think I did pretty well. Still getting started in the chapter, and there's lots of comments, but I'm making progress. So
Sure.
and let's see. With adding words and cutting out words out, I've netted 32 more words to the chapter. So
Sure. I added 150 words, which isn't a lot, but did get me to that first 250. So there we go. Save. Okay. Popping into the comments. Let's see what we got here. Wait, so you're gaming past that 1K mark. Nice. 1,229. Just as a heads up, Morgan sometimes has 0 issues if there's no commas in a number, in which she has to mentally add the commas before she understands how many places it is. But it's funny when you say I have 0 issues.
Yes.
So I stole it from my sister because she also has 0 issues. So, and I wanted to show y'all who's hanging out next to me.
It's being all tranquil and fuzzy.
I set up a chair specifically for him so he could hang out with Mama.
Just far enough away that he won't like leap at Mama, but close enough to feel like he's part of the action.
Exactly. Well, also so I can get out.
Yeah.
Like there's a desk here, and like it's a little tight in this corner now. But yeah, I think it helps me be a little more focused. Oh, and the rest of the sprint was spent clearing out notifications on Discord because I'm on 27 servers.
You're on too many servers?
I said 27, but
I said
might
too
not
many.
be that many.
They're both valid terms for the same amount.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If you don't have enough to read them, they count as too many.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, 24, not 27. My bad. I was way fewer, clearly. So, and Amanda got 233 words in, so only got an extra 80 over the 700 goal, but still, you hit the goal. Nice. Go, Amanda. Snaps. Well, we have 22 minutes left, and while we usually take a 10-minute break, I think, what if we... Dwan's like, yeah, I said that's too many. I know, but like, which ones do I cut? Anyway, I think we can squeeze in one more sprint, so let's do that.
You want to do another full 20?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready?
Jump into special sprint 4.
2, 1. We can squeeze it in. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Pretty good. I feel like I'm starting to pick up speed. I think I'm about a quarter way through the chapter, so there's still
Okay.
plenty of work, but
Sure.
yeah, this is the big climactic battle, so
I hear that. I hear that.
like everything's got to be just right. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, there's going to be chaos, but you got to make some sense of what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I know what I'm writing is going to have to be reworked, but it's the emotional fallout after the big climax of, why didn't you call me? And I wish you could have trusted me, and blah, 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 blah. So, oh, wow. What's your gaming almost got over half again what they were hoping for. So 1,518 snaps. I got 532, so I did get my target of 250 twice, so I'm not sad. Let's see. Amanda got another 120 words, got a little distracted, so might need to rework. Might have gotten off track. Yeah, I've definitely been there. A bot popped into the Twitch, so thanks for pointing that out, Voitseer, and I popped that out of there. Rita did not finish the chapter, but so much figured out and rewritten again. Yeah, I'm giving you credit for it. Click. So, how did Rita's editing go? Or did Rita have to wander off?
Rita just said she didn't finish the chapter.
So. Right, yes. Sorry. Wait, who did I just mark off then?
I don't know.
Whoops. There we go.
You removed the to-do list from the screen.
There we go. Okay. I marked off Emma Graves instead of Rita. So, but Rita, you just said editing. You didn't say you needed to finish the chapter, so you're good.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we are at time. I think everybody seems to have been super productive today. Fingers crossed that Sarah's video uploaded successfully. Take 2, take 3, unclear.
Something like that.
So, yeah. So let's go ahead and do our outros and tell people where they can find us and everything.
All right. I guess since Sako's not here, it's right to me. I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you'd like to find out more about me and my writing, then head to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page where you can see samples of everything I've currently got in print. And other than that, I will be at Balticon.
Right? Yeah, awesome. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I have blogged, vlogged, and podcasted writing tips from the pros from writer conventions and, of course, my own writerly musings for 7 to 10 years. You can find all of that over on morganhazelwood.com or youtube.com/morganhazelwood. I also have that in podcast form, if that's where you like it, over wherever you get your podcasts at writing tips and writerly musings. And I've got writerly swag over in my Redbubble shop. Writing tips, or I think that one's just writerly musings. You can find everything at my Linktree, linktree.com/Morgan Hazelwood. I'm everywhere except Twitter because bleep Musk.
Yeah.
So I have been less active since I moved my personal laptop away from my work computer, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
It's that whole work-life balance.
Right. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your time. And, we'll catch you next week. So in the meantime, have snacks and catch you later. Bye-bye.